Hello, IEM V Hannover. We are talking now with CZM. He came back to Quake after several years of break. CZM, and the expectation to this tournament? Do you want to win?
Oh, I already lost it at the tournament, you understand, right?
Yeah, but did you want? You
Oh, did
really
I want to win?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I definitely wanted to win at some point. In some sort of ideal sense. Like, for instance, after the North American finals ended, I definitely had the idea, okay, didn't play so well in the first day, had some issues. Second day, played a little better. I think I could probably get my game together by the time the World Finals came up. I ended up not having time to repair. I ended up having to travel kind of nonstop in between. Only had a few real days to repair, but I had been playing pretty well, I thought. In the few days I had to prepare, not extremely well, as in like extremely confident that I'll win, but kind of like an outside chance. Yeah, so that was my expectation, that I would. No, kind of my expectation was that I would contend to advance out of my group, as in it would come down to some kind of close matches, and maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, and then I would be kind of stuck in the top 6 in the bracket somewhere, and it would be, who knows how it would go. At that point, I would think it would just be 50-50 each match, or worse. So.
Okay, so who was the biggest surprise of your group?
Yeah, is anything really that surprising? Yeah, I guess I'm surprised that Sparty beat Ratha. I was surprised at that, and that Sparty did so well in general, I'd say.
So you told you cannot prepare as you wanted, but the other guys, Rafa and Dahang, you think they are prepared much better than you, right? Or
Yeah, like the main point is just to kind of play consistently over a long period of time, so you have kind of some latent mental infrastructure for thinking about the game and focusing on it, and not thinking about other things at the same time. I think they've all done that. They've definitely played consistently for the past 2 or more years, and they've continued to do so since the North American finals up until the World Finals. So my understanding is that they're in pretty good shape. I boot camp with the Hang, 3 days for me. I guess he was there for a little bit longer. And yeah, but okay. I think in these tournaments the emphasis should not be on who has prepared the least, as kind of a consolation prize or anything. It should be on, the whole point is to prepare and do as well as you can in the tournament, right? So I hope it's clear that I definitely wanted to prepare, and it wasn't my intention to kind of like, completely blow off practicing and just do it all last minute and show up and have fun. I definitely really did want to prepare more. I just didn't have the chance to, and so I did try as hard as I possibly could in the few days that I had.
so pity, because I loved your game style, and several years ago when I started to play Quake, you and 04, and you were like on the top, and
Right.
you teach me my Quake, so so that's the story.
Cool.
Yeah, but as you said, your like practicing is very important, like mechanic playing, yes, like trying aim, trying timing, not only thinking about game.
Yep.
But very important is also mechanic, yes?
Yeah, it's very important to get the mechanics down to kind of the subconscious level. My mechanics have been fine, I think, in the tournament. My aim has been, not super stellar, but probably as good as I need it to be. And certainly my real aim's probably even been above average. My timing's been fine. It's just that I kind of have to devote a lot of resources to that, and I'm not quite as aware of the game. I'm not quite as involved in it as I should be. That's kind of the stuff that you really need to like play a little bit more consistently to get down.
To get on it. Okay, so but when I was watching you playing the last game, all the time he was like, Cooler stand behind, and he was like, this way.
Wait, so he was like that in what context, kind of?
Because you made some mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You made like, I made mistake again, and he was watching you, and he was doing, he made this mistake again.
Oh God, I don't remember what that was. I know I've had trouble focusing on my matches all day long, and I've kind of tried to correct that in the last few matches, or even all the ones where I've been sitting down, by talking to myself out loud as I go through the game, just like to make sure that I'm actually thinking about what's going on in the game and not something else. And Yeah, what mistakes did I make in that last game? I don't even remember. It was. I was not very clear-headed about the game. It was still pretty close. What was the question?
Okay, so let's go to another one. Who will win tomorrow?
Oh, who's going to win in the group stages tomorrow? I mean, the favorite would probably be Strenex. I haven't had the chance to play against him, but I mean, I've seen him beat most of the other contenders.
So what about Avec? You played against him probably or not?
I played some practice games against him. He seemed stronger than almost everyone else that I practiced against, I think. Yeah, he's got a solid game. He's got it together, I think. Okay, I didn't practice at all, or I didn't practice much against Cooler. I didn't practice at all against Cypher. I practiced, a fair amount against Rafa and Dehang. And I'd say, yeah, Alex got a pretty solid game, I think. It's hard for me to compare it to theirs. They have a slightly different style.
So okay, the last sad question. It was last week. Some small tournament in North America for Quakers.
Yeah.
0-4-1. And what can you tell about his shape right now?
So my understanding is that he's supposed to be in very good shape, as in like he's beating Rafa and Dehang. But I mean, to be honest, like, okay, so the night before that game, maybe I played a couple duels, and those are my first duels since October. And then that morning, my first duel was against like KGB, first round of the tournament, and I lost the first map like terribly on T4. And he even told me before the game, by the way, if you lose the T4 game, you should go kill yourself in real life because I'm terrible on that map. And I managed to lose that map and then come back and win the last two maps. So I mean, this was me really like getting back into the shape for the first time in a while. So and taking that into consideration, like I thought that it felt kind of easy to play against 0-4. Like I made it close on T4 and Hub, and it didn't feel like he was. Yeah, I guess the only non-close game we had really was our ZTN game on the last map. So it didn't feel like he was like crazy next level or anything. It just felt like he was like solid in shape. Probably somewhat on par with Rafa and Dehang these days, I think.
Better day or some shape on this day. So it was the last sad question. The funny, maybe not funny question. Okay, maybe more about life. Your life. Where have you been those years? Where have you been when you quit?
Grad school at Caltech, right, for the past few years, and yeah. So let's see. Why have I quit now? So I mean, when I was in college, 2002 through 2006, I would just go to tournaments over the summer mostly. So then I'm not in school, so I'm not taking classes. So it's kind of like just train for a few weeks before a tournament and go. Here I've been kind of in school like year round. For up until last summer, I didn't even have internet in my apartment. I would just leech off other people's wireless and use internet at my office. So I just never really got into gaming. I just kind of never presented itself as a convenient thing to do. Unlike going home over the summer in between years at college. That's it.
I understand. It was a video on the internet about a laser made by you. Is it?
Okay, so I mean, for kind of an experimental physics seminar class that I did my sophomore spring. So I kind of had this cute idea. This was spring 2004 to kind of like do as many gaming themed projects for my classes as possible. So for a computer graphics class, I make kind of like a Quake clone where you shoot balls that bounce around. And then for this class, I wanted to make a railgun. So I mean, what's there to say about it? There is a video of us firing this railgun, and it worked. And the people on my team agreed to the idea. They thought it'd be sweet. They didn't have any better idea of their own. So yeah.
It was the A. No, the graduate.
Yeah. The class might have even been pass-fail. But if not, I'm sure I got an A, yeah.
So thank you for the interview, and I hope you will stay in gaming and play more and better, and show the next time who's the boss.
All right. Thanks very much.